I want you to remember something. Remember checking into a Vegas hotel and feeling like someone actually gave a damn about you? The newspaper sitting outside your door in the morning. You'd grab it on your way to breakfast. The phone on the nightstand that could call anywhere without nickel and diming you. Room service that answered at 2 a.m. when you stumbled back from the club, starving, and someone actually brought you food. The Turndown service that happened while you were at dinner, when you'd come back and your bed was ready, curtains drawn, chocolate on the pillow. The bellhop who grabbed your bags before your feet hit the pavement and made you feel like you'd arrived somewhere special. These weren't luxuries. These weren't upgrades. This was standard. This was what a hotel was. This was the minimum expectation when you handed over your credit card. This was the deal. Now look around your Vegas hotel room in 2025. No newspaper, phone that charges you for breathing near it, room service that closes at 10 p.m., if it exists at all. Turndown service? Never heard of her? Bellhop? There's a luggage cart in the corner. Help yourself. These services didn't evolve. They didn't become obsolete. Nobody decided newspapers were bad or room service was outdated. These services were taken, stolen, removed from the menu while the prices went up. And a lot of them, they used COVID as the cover story. Temporarily suspended for your safety. That was the line. Temporary, temporary. The pandemic ended. The temporary became permanent. And Vegas is betting you forgot you ever had these things in the first place. Let's remember what they took and document, for the record, that they never gave it back. If you want to remember what Vegas hotels used to be and hold them accountable for what they stole, hit subscribe. We dig up what they buried, starting with something so small you might not notice it's gone until you need it. Number 10, free local and toll-free calls used to be standard at every hotel in America. Vegas took that away. Now the phone in your room is either useless or a way to charge you for having an emergency. The hotel phone was a service, not a decoration, not a trap, a tool for guests. Need to call the restaurant downstairs for a reservation? Pick up the phone. Calling an 800 number to check your flight? Free. Calling your friend who's staying at the hotel down the street? Local call included. Your cell phone died and you need to reach someone? The hotel phone handled it. Nobody got rich on free local calls. It cost the hotel essentially nothing, but it made you feel like the room was equipped, like someone had thought about what you might need. Local calls, charged at many properties. Toll-free 800 numbers, sometimes blocked. Long distance, predatory rates. The excuse? Everyone has cell phones. The truth? They kept the phone to charge you. Everyone has cell phones now. Fine, then why? Is the phone still bolted to the nightstand? Because when your cell dies, when you don't have signal, when you need to make a call, that phone is there. And when you use it, they charge you. What was a service became a trap. They took away the free calls but kept the phone, so they could monetize your desperation. They took a service and left the trap behind. Number 9, a newspaper at your door used to be standard at any decent hotel. Not a luxury hotel, a decent one. Vegas took that away and called it environmental consciousness. They just stopped paying for it. You'd wake up in Vegas, maybe a little hungover. You'd shuffle to the door in the hotel robe, and there it was. The paper, USA Today, the Review Journal, whatever they stocked, sitting there, waiting for you. You'd grab it, take it to the little table by the window, order room service coffee. Back when that existed past 10 p.m., and you'd sit there, reading the paper, feeling like you were somewhere, like you were on vacation, like someone had thought about your morning before you woke up. It cost the hotel maybe 50 cents, 60 cents. The gesture was worth 100 times that in making you feel like a guest, not a transaction. Newspaper delivery, eliminated. The excuse? Environmental sustainability. The savings, 50 cents per room per day. Hotels that wash 10,000 towels daily, worried about newspaper waste. Environmental sustainability. Hotels that run air conditioning at 68 degrees in the desert. Hotels that wash thousands of pounds of linens daily. Hotels that light up the Las Vegas sky bright enough to see from space. Those hotels are worried about newspaper waste? They saved 50 cents a room. They killed a ritual, and they dressed it up as saving the planet. They didn't save trees. They saved 50 cents and wrote a press release. Number 8, 24-hour room service was Vegas. The city that never sleeps promised hotels that never stopped feeding you. They took that away. Now, if you're hungry after 10 p.m., you're on your own. Vegas exists outside of time. That's the point. No clocks on the casino floor, no windows to show you sunrise. The whole city is built on the idea that 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. are the same thing, and the hotels match that energy. You'd stumble back from the club at 2 a.m. or finish a late poker session at 4 a.m. Starving, you'd pick up the phone. Room service, how can I help you? And 20 minutes later, a burger appeared at your door. Or pancakes, or a club sandwich, whatever you wanted. The kitchen was always on because Vegas was always on. It wasn't cheap, nobody expected it to be, but it was available at any hour. That was the deal. Vegas doesn't sleep and neither does your hotel. 24-hour room service, now rare. Most properties, kitchen closes 10 to 11 p.m. Some properties, room service eliminated entirely. The excuse? Staffing challenges. Your late night option, DoorDash plus delivery fees. Plus hotel surcharge. Staffing challenges. It's been 5 years since COVID. The staffing challenge is that late night kitchen workers cost money, so they cut the hours or killed it entirely. Hungry at midnight now? Order DoorDash. Pay the delivery fee, pay the service fee, pay the Vegas hotel surcharge some properties add for deliveries. What used to be a $15 burger delivered by your hotel is now a $35 ordeal involving an app and a stranger in the lobby. The city that never sleeps now has hotels that say kitchen closed at 10 p.m. Free phone calls, gone. Morning newspapers, erased. Room service after 10 p.m., figure it out yourself. But those are small touches, things you might not notice until the moment you need them. The next three, these aren't touches. These are services, entire job categories, positions that existed for 100 years of hotel history. They eliminated them. They promised they'd come back. They never did. Free phone calls, newspapers, late night room service. The small touches that made you feel like a guest. Those were the warm-up. Now we're talking about services, entire job categories, departments that existed at every hotel for 100 years. They eliminated them and they never brought them back. Number 7, free airport shuttles used to be standard at Vegas hotels. You landed, found your hotel's van, and got a free ride to the door. They took that away. Now getting from the airport to your hotel is your problem and your expense. You land at the airport, you're tired. Maybe you've been traveling all day. You grab your bags and head to ground transportation. And there, lined up with the other shuttles, is a van with your hotel's name on the side. You climb in. Maybe there's cold water waiting. Maybe the driver welcomes you to Vegas. And 20 minutes later, you're at your hotel door, free. No fumbling with apps, no trying to figure out Vegas transportation when you've been awake for 16 hours, no surge pricing, just taken care of. The shuttle was your first impression of the hotel. Before you saw the room, before you checked in, the hotel was already taking care of you, already saying, we've got you, you're our guest, let us handle this. Free hotel shuttles, eliminated at most strip properties. The excuse? Rideshare options available. Hotel savings, $500,000 plus per year per property. Your cost, $25 to $40 each way via Uber or Lyft. Round trip for a couple, $50 to $80 added to your trip. Rideshare is available, yeah, at surge pricing. During conventions, when every flight lands at once, $25, $35, $45, each way. That's your welcome to Vegas now. Standing in the rideshare pickup zone, watching the price climb, wondering if you should just wait. The hotel saves $500,000 a year. You pay $50 to $80 per couple, round trip. That's money out of your pocket that used to be covered. The first interaction with your hotel is now a transaction with Uber. They saved $500,000 a year. Welcome to Vegas. That'll be $40. Airport shuttle, gone. Your expense now before you even walk in the door. But at least once you're there, the hotel takes care of you, right? You go to dinner, come back, and someone's prepared your room for the evening. Turndown service. The chocolates on the pillow. When's the last time that happened to you? Number 6, turndown service was the evening ritual that made you feel cared for. While you were at dinner, someone prepared your room for sleep. Fresh towels, bed turned down, chocolate on the pillow. Vegas erased that at all but the highest end properties. The evening touch is gone. You'd go out for dinner, or catch a show, or hit the casino for a few hours. And while you were gone, someone from the hotel would enter your room. They'd close the curtains for you, so you didn't have to fumble in the dark later. They'd turn down the bed, pull back the covers on one side so it was ready for you to climb in. Fresh towels replaced the ones you'd used. Water placed on the nightstand. And on the pillow, a chocolate, a mint, a small, simple gesture. It took maybe 5 minutes. It cost the hotel almost nothing. $1 for the chocolate, a few minutes of labor, but the message was priceless. We're still thinking about you, even when you're out. We're preparing for your return. We care about your evening, not just your check-in. You'd come back from dinner, a little wine happy, and your room was transformed, ready for sleep. Someone had been there. Someone had cared. You weren't just renting a space. You were being hosted. Turndown service. Eliminated except at luxury tier. Mid-range properties gone entirely. The excuse, guest preferences, and privacy concerns. The truth, eliminated evening housekeeping shifts. The chocolate, apparently too expensive. Guests prefer privacy. That's the excuse. Funny how nobody asked for Turndown to disappear. Nobody petitioned to have less service. But hotels discovered they could cut the entire evening shift, blame it on guest preferences, and pocket the savings. Come back from dinner now. Your room is exactly as you left it. The curtains are still open. The bed is still made. Nobody thought about you while you were gone. Nobody prepared anything. The evening ritual erased. They blamed your preferences for cutting service you never asked them to cut. Turndown service gone. Evening care eliminated, blamed on preferences you never expressed. But at least when you arrive, someone helps you, right? The bellhop. The person who greets you, takes your bags, escorts you to your room. That position has existed since hotels existed. That position barely exists anymore. Number 5. Bellhops were part of what hotels are. Someone to greet you. Someone to help with your bags. Someone to escort you to your room and show you around. Vegas eliminated most bellhop positions. Now your arrival is self-service. Grab a cart, find your own way, good luck. You pull up to a Vegas hotel. Your vacation is starting. You've got bags, maybe kids, definitely excitement, and immediately someone's there. Welcome to the Bellagio. Let me get those for you. Before you can process where to go, your bags are on a cart. The bellhop is smiling. You're being handled in the best way. They'd hold your bags while you checked in. You didn't have to wrestle luggage at the front desk. Then they'd take you to your room, show you how the climate control worked, point out the safe, explain how to reach the casino or the pool. They were your orientation, your introduction to the property. You'd tip them $5-10, and it was worth every penny because your first impression wasn't confusion and luggage wrestling. It was being welcomed, being shown around, starting your vacation with someone actually helping you. Bellhop staffing drastically reduced industry-wide. Many properties, self-service luggage carts available. The excuse, guests prefer handling their own bags. The truth, eliminated the positions entirely. Your arrival, wrestling bags through the casino yourself. Pull up to a Vegas hotel now. Look around. Where's the bellhop? Maybe there's one person covering the entire entrance. More likely there's nobody. There's a sign pointing to self-service carts. Self-service luggage carts are available. Translation, get your own cart, load your own bags, find your own way, figure out the elevators. We eliminated that position, so you roll your bags through the casino floor, dodging slot machines, weaving through crowds, trying to find the elevator bank. Your first impression of the hotel isn't a welcome, it's a workout. Your vacation starts not with a smile and a welcome, but with you wrestling a luggage cart past the penny slots, sweating, wondering where the hell your room is. Self-service is corporate speak for we eliminated the humans who used to help you. We stay in airport shuttles, eliminated. Turndown service, erased. Bellhops, functionally extinct. These weren't perks. These were services. Staff positions that defined what hotels were for 100 years. Gone. Taken, never returned, but those are services around the hotel. What about inside your room? The mini bar that used to be stocked, the housekeeping that used to be daily. They took from inside your room too. And the housekeeping heist? That's the one they pulled off using a pandemic as cover. Airport shuttles eliminated, Turndown service erased, bellhops extinct, entire departments that used to exist gone. Those were services around the hotel, but now we're getting personal. They took from inside your room too, the space you're paying for, the private area that's supposed to be yours. Number 4, the hotel. Mini bar used to be stocked and waiting. Little bottles of liquor, mixers, snacks. Overpriced, sure, but there. Vegas emptied the mini bars. Now you get a cold box and a QR code. You'd check into your room, walk past the bed, and there it was, the mini bar. You'd crouch down, open the door, and see options. Little bottles of Absolute, Jack Daniels, Bacardi, mixers, tonic, Coke, ginger ale, snacks, M&Ms, Pringles, mixed nuts, maybe a Toblerone, all lined up, all waiting for you. Was it a ripoff? Absolutely. $8 for a tiny vodka, $6 for peanuts. But the service existed. 11 p.m. and you want a nightcap without getting dressed and going back downstairs. Mini bar, midnight snack attack, mini bar. The convenience was built into the room, and there was something about it. Someone had prepared this little fridge for your arrival, had thought about what you might want, had equipped your room with options. It was overpriced hospitality, but it was hospitality. Stocked mini bars, eliminated at most properties. What remains? Empty refrigerator. The excuse? Reduced waste and guest preferences. The replacement? QR code to order delivery. The wait? 30 to 45 minutes for what used to be inside. Open the mini bar in your Vegas room now. What's inside? Nothing. Cold air, empty shelves, maybe a card explaining how to scan a QR code to order something. Reduced waste. Guest preferences? Translation, we stopped stocking it. We eliminated the labor of keeping it filled. The guy who used to walk room to room refilling mini bars? Gone. That position doesn't exist. Want what used to be inside the mini bar? Scan the code. Place an order. Wait 30 to 45 minutes for someone to bring it. The instant convenience of reaching down and grabbing a drink. Replaced with a process, an app, a wait. They emptied the mini bar but kept it in the room. Just to remind you what used to be there. The mini bar, emptied. Convenience? Eliminated. Your room is less equipped than it was 10 years ago, but the mini bar is small. One little fridge. What they did with housekeeping, that's the real theft. The one that affects every guest, every night, every stay. Daily housekeeping, standard at every hotel since hotels existed. Gone. And here's the thing, they pulled off this heist using a pandemic as cover. Number 3, daily housekeeping wasn't a perk. It wasn't a bonus. It was what a hotel was. You pay for a room, the room gets cleaned every day. That's the deal. That's been the deal for 100 years. Vegas took that away using COVID as cover. The pandemic ended. The daily cleaning never came back. This is the heist. Every day, every day. That was the deal. You'd leave your room in the morning, hang the sign if you wanted service, or just leave. Default was cleaning, and while you were at the pool, at breakfast, at the casino, someone would enter your room. Fresh towels, fluffy, clean. Folded, bed made tight, hospital corners like you just checked in, trash emptied, surfaces wiped, carpet vacuumed, bathroom scrubbed, everything reset. You'd come back in the afternoon and your room was new again. The mess you left, gone. The wet towels on the floor, replaced. The chaos of the morning, erased. Every day, a fresh start. That was what you were paying for. That was what hotel meant. You're paying $300, $400, $500 a night. The absolute minimum expectation is that the room gets clean. That's not a perk, that's the product. March 2020. Housekeeping temporarily suspended for your safety. The promise, temporary. The pandemic ended years ago. The temporary measure never ended. Daily housekeeping still suspended. March 2020. COVID hits. Hotels announce, for your safety, daily housekeeping will be temporarily suspended. Fine. Made sense. A pandemic. Nobody wanted strangers in their room. Temporary. That was the word they used. Temporary. The vaccines came. The restrictions lifted. The masks came off. The restaurants reopened. The casinos went back to full capacity. Life went back to normal. Everything went back to normal, except housekeeping. That's still limited, still by request, still every 3 or 4 days unless you specifically call and ask. 2020 excuse COVID safety, expired. 2022 excuse staffing challenges, expired. 2024 excuse guest preferences, lies. 2025 excuse environmental sustainability, greenwashing. The truth, millions in labor savings per property per year. First the excuse was safety, then when that expired, it was staffing challenges. Then when they'd had years to hire, it was guest preferences. Now it's environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability from hotels that wash thousands of pounds of linens from checkout rooms daily. From hotels that run air conditioning cold enough to need a jacket in the desert. From hotels that light up the strip bright enough to see from space. Those hotels are worried about the environmental impact of cleaning your room. Here's the truth. One housekeeper cleans 15 to 18 rooms per day. day. Cut to every 3-day service, you need 1/3 the staff. At a 2,000-room hotel, that's eliminating dozens of positions. That's millions of dollars per year in labor savings. COVID was the cover, the savings were the motive, and you're still paying full price for a room that gets cleaned a third as often. They stole daily housekeeping. They blamed COVID. The pandemic ended. The theft is permanent. Empty mini bars, daily housekeeping stolen. Your room, the space you're paying for, is less than it was. Less service, less care, less of what hotel is supposed to mean. But all of this, the small touches, the services, the room itself, they're all just symptoms of one thing: human beings. The people who used to work in hotels, the staff who used to take care of you, they're being eliminated, replaced by screens, erased by apps, empty mini bars, daily housekeeping stolen, your room stripped of what it used to be. But all of these thefts, the touches, the services, the room, they're all connected to one thing: the humans. The people who used to work in hotels, who used to greet you, help you, serve you, solve your problems, they're being eliminated and they're not coming back. Number 2. The humans are disappearing. The people who made hotels work, who checked you in, answered your questions, fixed your problems, made you feel welcome, are being replaced by kiosks, apps, QR codes, and chatbots. Vegas is eliminating the human experience of hospitality. Hotels were run by people. Everywhere you looked, people. The front desk had 3 or 4 clerks during busy hours. Not one overwhelmed person. A team. A concierge stationed in the lobby, ready to answer questions, make reservations, give directions, solve problems. Bellhops at the entrance. A hostess at the restaurant, servers who had time to talk to you because they weren't running 8 tables. And humans are flexible. That's what made them valuable. The front desk clerk who saw you were exhausted and upgraded you to a better room without you asking. The concierge who knew a guy and got you into a restaurant that was fully booked. The bartender who remembered your drink from last year. Humans could make decisions, could use judgment, could look at you and respond to what you actually needed, not what the script said. The service wasn't delivered by a system. It was delivered by people. People who could smile. People who could sense when something was wrong. People who could make exceptions. The humanity was the hospitality. Self-check-in kiosks replacing front desk staff. Mobile check-in. Skip humans entirely. QR code everything. Menus, ordering, information. Chatbots. First line of customer service. The pattern. Humans are expensive. Screens are cheap. Walk into a Vegas hotel lobby now. Look around. Where are the people? The front desk that used to have 4 people has 1, maybe 2 during busy times. The rest of the counter is empty, but look, there's a row of kiosks. Skip the line, self-check-in. What they mean, we eliminated those positions. The kiosk is cheaper than a human. Mobile check-in. Convenient, download the app. Check in on your phone. Get a digital key, walk straight to your room, never interact with a single human being, never have a chance for someone to upgrade you, to welcome you, to make you feel like you've arrived somewhere special. Restaurant menus are QR codes now. Scan the code, read the menu on your phone, order from your phone. The server who used to tell you about the specials, who could recommend something, who could make the meal feel like an experience. Reduced to a food runner, and when you need help, when something's wrong, you don't get a person, you get a chatbot. Hi, I'm your virtual assistant. How can I help you today? And you type your problem, and it doesn't understand, and it offers you FAQ links, and you rephrase, and it still doesn't understand, and you type talk to a human, and it says, I'm sorry, let me try to help you with that. There's no button for let me speak to someone. There's no option for I have a problem that isn't in your script. There's just the loop, the endless maddening loop of trying to get help from something that can't actually help you. Flexibility, gone. Systems follow rules, can't make exceptions. Warmth, gone. Screens don't smile. Problem solving, gone. Chatbots follow scripts. Recognition, gone. No one remembers you. Hospitality, gone. You're interacting with software, not service. A person could solve your problem. A kiosk follows its programming. A person could sense your frustration. An app shows you error messages. A person could make an exception. A chatbot only knows the rules. A person could make you feel welcome. A screen makes you feel like a transaction. The humans who remain are drowning. One front desk person handling 15 check-ins at once. One concierge for a 1,000-room hotel. Servers running food for 10 tables when they used to have 5. They want to help you. They don't have time. The jobs that got eliminated didn't just disappear. The work got distributed to fewer people, so the humans left are stretched so thin they can barely give you the minimum, let alone the warmth and flexibility that made service special. Hotels aren't automating for your convenience. They're automating for their profit margin, and you lost the humans in the exchange. The humans are being eliminated, replaced by screens, reduced to skeleton crews that can't keep up. But the humans, the room, the services, the touches, they're all just pieces of something bigger. Vegas made a promise, an unspoken contract. You come here, you spend money, and we take care of you. We make you feel like a winner. We treat you like a guest, not a transaction. That promise was what made Vegas Vegas. That promise is what they took, and they're never giving it back. Number 1, Vegas didn't just take services. They didn't just eliminate positions. They didn't just empty your room and replace humans with screens. They took something bigger. They took the promise, the unspoken deal that made Vegas what it was. And that promise is never coming back. Vegas made you a deal. Nobody wrote it down. Nobody signed anything, but everybody understood it. Here's the deal. You come to Vegas, you spend money, you gamble, you eat, you drink, you see shows, you stay in our hotels, and in exchange, we take care of you. We make you feel like a winner. Even when you're losing, we treat you like royalty. We make your trip feel like more than you paid for. Every service we've talked about, every theft we've documented, they were all part of that promise. The newspaper at your door said, "We thought about your morning." The room service at 2 a.m. said, "We're here whenever you need us." The Turndown chocolate said, "We're still thinking about you." The Bellhop said, "You've arrived somewhere that cares." The daily housekeeping said, "You deserve a fresh start every day." The humans everywhere said, "You're a guest, not a transaction." Add it all up and you get the promise. The feeling that Vegas wanted you there, that your presence mattered, that you weren't just a source of revenue. You were a guest, someone to be served, someone to be delighted, someone worth investing in. That promise created loyalty. People came back to Vegas year after year, decade after decade. They told their friends, they brought their families. They felt a connection to this city, not because the gambling was better, not because the rooms were nicer, because Vegas made them feel something, and that feeling was the promise delivered. The newspaper, taken. The room service, taken. The Turndown, taken. The Bellhop, taken. The housekeeping, taken. The humans, taken. The promise, shattered. One by one, they took the pieces away. Each service eliminated was a piece of the promise broken. Each position cut was another way they stopped caring about your experience. Each automation was another signal that you're not a guest. You're a customer to be processed. Old Vegas, we take care of you. New Vegas, we charge you. Old guest, someone to serve. New guest, revenue to extract. Old hospitality, investment in your experience. New hospitality, cost to minimize. The new Vegas doesn't promise to take care of you. The new Vegas promises nothing except a room and a bill. They don't want a relationship with you, they want a transaction. They don't want you to feel special. They want to maximize what you spend and minimize what they provide. The promise is broken. Everything they took, those are just the pieces. The shattered remains of a deal that used to make Vegas the most magical place in America. Vegas used to promise hospitality. Now Vegas just promises a bed and a bill. So let's inventory the theft. Everything Vegas took and never gave back. Free phone calls, taken. Newspapers at your door, gone. 24-hour room service, eliminated. Airport shuttles, your expense now. Turndown service, erased. Bellhops, extinct. Stocked minibars, emptied. Daily housekeeping, stolen using COVID as cover. And the humans who delivered all of it, replaced by kiosks, apps, QR codes, and chatbots that can't actually help you. And through every single one of these thefts, the prices kept rising. $300 a night, $400, $500, plus resort fees, plus parking, plus everything else they used to include. They didn't trade services for lower prices. They took the services and raised the prices. They broke every piece of the promise and charged you more for what's left. They stole from you and blamed it on COVID or staffing or your preferences or the environment. And now they're hoping you forget, hoping you accept the stripped down version as normal, hoping you don't remember what hotels used to be, what Vegas used to promise, what you used to get for your money. They took everything, gave back nothing, raised the prices, and blamed you for expecting better. Vegas still glitters, still seduces, still promises something magical when you see it on the horizon, but behind the lights, Vegas broke the deal. They took what made this place special and never gave it back. They kept the prices, they kept the promises in the marketing, they just stopped delivering. You're paying for a Vegas that doesn't exist anymore. You're buying a promise that was already broken before you booked your flight. You're checking into hotels that eliminated the very concept of hospitality. They're betting you won't notice, that you'll accept whatever's left, that you'll forget what hotels used to be, what Vegas used to mean, what you used to get for your money. They're betting you'll pay more for less and call it normal. Vegas stole the promise and kept the price tag. They're hoping you don't remember what you lost. If you want to remember what Vegas took and hold them accountable for never giving it back, hit subscribe, drop a comment. What service do you miss most? What theft makes you angriest? What do you remember from Vegas that's completely gone now? The comments are where people share what they lost. Check out our video on casinos losing money, or attractions going empty, or the perks they keep cutting while raising prices. Thanks for watching. Vegas used to take care of you. Now they just take.